I don't care what anybody has to say. Something is off about that woman who let her kids pass away in that van. I swear, y'all, I've been seeing so many interviews with her family, all these people that just popped up out of nowhere. Where were these people at when those kids needed them? Where were these people at when them kids were freezing to death in that van? And I'm not trying to be funny, y'all, because I used to be homeless. I used to be homeless with my son for a few months. But not ever have I let my son sleep in a freezing cold parking garage in a freezing cold van. And then the grandmother said she was there and she fell asleep. Why did you not freeze? She said she was in the van with the kids when they fell asleep and passed away in their sleep, but she didn't freeze to death. What did you have? Did you have a blanket that you refused to give your kids, or what happened? And they're all crying, but I don't see no tears coming out their eyes. I can notice that. It's called body behavior language analysis, y'all. Something is off. And I'm not going to, I don't care what anybody has to say. I have situations where I really feel bad, you know, for the parent and for the other person who's in the situation. But it just, something about this is off. Like I said, go look at the interviews. All these people coming out her family saying that, oh, yeah, they never helped her. Why didn't you help her? Why didn't you let her stay with you? Why didn't you let the kids at least stay with you so they have somewhere to sleep? Something's off about this, y'all. Especially with her saying, the grandmother saying that she was in the car when it happened. She fell asleep and she woke up. Why did you wake up?
So, sometimes I be wrong. Well, I don't even think I was wrong. I think I just jumped. Because I still don't believe that woman meant for this to happen. But y'all know the lady in Detroit with the kids in the van? They said that the kids froze to death initially. Well, there were people in my comments on my last video saying that it was carbon monoxide poisoning. Well, that has come up as the case. But the city did still give her a house. They paid for the funeral. It looked like the city had her back. Y'all, they done issued a warrant out for this lady's arrest. I don't know what's going on. They have not said what the charges are, but she has a warrant out for her arrest. They have not given out any more information. So who knows? Are they saying that she left the kids in there? I really don't think that's what happened. I don't think she left the kids in the car. I just, that's just not the vibe I'm getting, that she left the kids in the car. I mean, why would she? Her mama, even if she left, her mama was there, so I don't think the kids were in the car alone. But they were saying that the two children that died had lice and had rotted teeth. I mean, hey, I'm just telling y'all. Again, I'm not making any excuses for this lady, but I'm sure dental care and doctor visits and all that weren't on her mind being homeless. But so only time will tell. As soon as the update breaks, I will be dropping it. But yeah, it looks like they're trying to get my baby in court.
I love the house. I actually like it, and I think it's wonderful.
Tatiana Williams with a reason to smile today. She and her family were gifted a new home weeks after losing her 2 children to hypothermia.
Tatiana Williams was just gifted a house by the city of Detroit and Detroit Rescue Mission Ministries. Tatiana lost a 9-year-old son and a 2-year-old daughter. They were homeless for several months and living out of her van. And one day she said she couldn't wake her 2 children up, and they were pronounced dead on arrival to the hospital. Now the city is giving back. They have gifted her a home for the next year. They provided the home, fixed it up, and they also supplied the home with different supplies and food. Now, I just hope that Tatiana takes this blessing and use it to her advantage so that she can get on her feet. There's plenty of time within the next year to get on her feet and do the best for her and her children. Now, let me know what you guys think about this.
Okay, so according to sources, police are planning to charge the mother of 2 who passed in the van. Now, a lot of us had questions and weren't understanding how things happen the way they happen because of circumstances. And even with carbon monoxide poisoning. A lot of people felt like other people should have been affected that was also in the van, because carbon monoxide poisoning is not selective. It would have to be in every other other body, everyone else's system. It would have to be in everyone else's system too, because that would be in you. So I personally felt like something happened to where the adults weren't in the car, and that's why the two that were in there took so much carbon monoxide in. That was just my personal opinion. A lot of other people were suspecting that they could have been in the casino, and they might have camera footage of them in the casino. But, investigations take time. And even after this, of them attempting to persecute, the fact that the prosecution picks it up means that they have somewhat of evidence to try to pin her to some type of, they got something. They got some information. Now, they're currently searching for her. I don't know why she's difficult to find, because didn't they just buy her a house? So that a lot of stuff is just on hold, but I'm going to sit back and wait and watch. I just wanted to keep y'all updated on this situation, because I did receive a lot of backlash and, oh, why are you always talking about a mama who lost her child? Listen, I'm a mother just as well as other people are mothers too. And then there's just certain things that people do that did not really make sense to me, as far as her going out and dancing at her friend's house and stuff. And people said the video was old. The video was not old. It was very well new. And she got a new house. It was just a lot of things collating to just throw it off, right? It just didn't make sense to me. The GoFundMe was popping. Everything it just wasn't adding up for me. I think even in this case, a lot of people were focused on the father not helping her versus what she was doing as a mother, because they were in her care. And again, if y'all still waiting on people that have showed you that they can't depend on you forever to help you, y'all already lost. That's just my opinion. Y'all already lost. You got to sometimes charge things to the game and handle it yourself. Everybody always talk about how they don't like being a strong Black woman, but sometimes those are the cards you are dealt with. If I know that I'm in a situation where I cannot depend on a person, whether it be baby daddy, mama, cousin, auntie, uncle, brother, whatever, you have to do it yourself and make sure things is good. And then when you rise above it and level up, and you up and looking down at them, you will be like, no, you ain't help me with this. Keep it moving. But the story in itself it was just off to me, because the news reported it wrong. The news said that the kids were frozen. So that rose a lot of red flags. And she even sat there in a chair and said herself, like, I don't know where they got that from. Now they talk about it's carbon monoxide poison, and I don't know. And she just kind of, everything in this situation was just off to me. And the way the officers were talking about that situation, they weren't coming from a place of, unfortunately, sometimes these type of things happen. It was more of, I don't know if y'all go watch the video that I posted prior and read the energy of those officers. Officers be knowing a lot of stuff because they see it all the time. Like, for example, as far as being a court reporter, right? You go in a courtroom, the judge is going to basically say pretty much the same thing in a different format, but it's just the same shit, different toilet, right? He's going to tell the jury what they expect, blah, blah, blah. So it's pretty much the same rodeo all the time. And that's with any profession. If you're a doctor, if you're a nurse, if you're a dentist, you already know he about to have 3 or 4 cavities by next Tuesday by how he does his teeth. Like, it's just, they know. And I get a little agitated when people when they act like, sometimes the police don't know what they're doing. Now, we're not talking about the cases where we actually know and they get weird. We're talking about the people who are actually professionals. And the energy that they gave and the subliminals, like, she said she couldn't get in the shelter, but we checked and she only called it once. And I was like, dang, they really they really not helping. Like,
I don't know if you caught that. It wasn't coming from a very sympathetic place. And then a lot of people was talking about her oversharing and saying, my kids eat every day. Nobody asked you if your kids eat every day. My kids go to school every day. Then why did you wake up at 12? Did you wake up at 12 because the carbon monoxide was in you as well and it just put you to sleep that long and you had no idea? Was y'all all hit too? It's so many questions. And the police are going to investigate. They're going to look at cameras. They're going to look at, because I'm pretty sure there's cameras over there in that area. They're going to check all of that. And if there's any inkling that she left those kids in a van by themselves, she's going to go to jail. Because if the kids were with her, you know, the inevitable probably would have happened, and all of their lives would have been taken. But you know, it could be one of those situations, but we don't know. They could. I just don't understand why the prosecution would try to charge her if the development of the story was accurate. You know what I mean? Like, let's say it was just an accident. They all suffered from inhaling the carbon monoxide, but those two kids, unfortunately, got unalived behind it. Let's just say that and nothing happened. The prosecution wouldn't pick it up. You know, I see a lot of people always talk about the documents, the court didn't even pick it up. The court didn't even pick it up. Like, that's because it don't be like little to no evidence. These people really thoroughly do investigations. That's why investigations take some time. Even now, they're still investigating. So the fact that the prosecution is attempting to arrest her and they're not even telling the charges, they're not even saying anything. Everything is just like their mouths are closed. So we're going to have to wait and see. We're going to check the updates. Y'all let me know what y'all think about this situation in the comments. Do you think they're going to persecute her and she going to get arrested and we're going to find out more? Do you think the baby daddy knew something? That's why he was like, nah, she full of it. Y'all let me know in the comments. I'm out.
We in a no hyena zone. Anti-hyena zone. It's my hyena zone.